Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Tuesday evening here tonight from Kindred. It is a little EDC versus Region, what was the old Region 1A, but now the East Region duel here between the Kindred Vikings out of Class B going up against a brand new team in the EDC and Class A this season in the West Fargo Horace Hawks. A good chunk of the West Fargo Horace Hawks formerly wrestled for West Fargo Cheyenne on the Class A side, now getting their own opportunity here this season to represent their respective high school here for Horace. It's Horace and Kindred tonight for high school boys wrestling duel on Parents Night here in Kindred. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the matchups, the starting lineups, that and more still to come here on yourliveevent.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for Students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified Carlita Dietz.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
The Ringneck is a perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. The Ringneck has a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2465. That's 645-2465. And stop by every other Friday this winter for meat raffles. For more info and daily specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Tonight here from Kindred, it's boys wrestling here in North Dakota. Early season duel between these two respective teams. The Kindred Vikings already on the season have squared off with Ellendale Edgeley Cullum and picked up a dual and region win, 33-30 last week. While for West Fargo Horace, the Hawks 1-2 in dual season with a win over Red River and alongside loss to West Fargo Cheyenne. Most recently lost to Devils Lake Firebirds 52-10. 15. It's the Kindred Vikings, the West Fargo Horace Hawks here tonight. Chase Miller with you. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast. Also, more high school wrestling this evening up in Hunter with a boys and girls triangular. Northern Cass, you have Thompson, Harvey Wells County, Hillsborough Central Valley, and the Valley City Highlanders in terms of boys and girls wrestlers up at Northern Cass as well. So that, again, is going on up in Hunter. Here going through the starting lineups this evening for the Kindred Vikings and the Horace Hawks on Parents' Night. The Kindred Vikings will have Anthony Vetter at 107 pounds going up against Evan Booth here for West Fargo Horace. Jaden Rude for Kindred at 114 will be unopposed at the 114 mark. Open is West Fargo Horace. Nolan Mangy, the 121-pound wrestler here for the Vikings, with Colton Mueller for West Fargo Horace. At 127, it's Bristol Swanson going up against Aiden Beloit. Beloit for West Fargo Horace at 127. From there at 133, Gavin Swenson against Austin Nays here for the Hawks. At 139, Gavin Rude will be going unopposed at 139 in an open weight class here for West Fargo Horace. Jager Jordheim at 145 will wrestle against Colin Johnson. At 152, it's Noik Swenson against Briar Suko here for the Hawks. At 160, Miles Theogis against Giannis Piram. Piram at 160. At 172, it's Fisher Johnson against Alex Hall. 189, Tanner Johnson against Gavin Niemeyer. And then at 215, you'll see Cole Richard against Matthew Cartwright. And at 285, it's Kaysen Nudell against Gavin Franson. That, again, is our matchups here tonight in the duel between Kindred and Horace. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll start at the 107-pound weight class here this evening in Kindred.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
As we get ready here in this matchup for both the Kindred Vikings and alongside the West Fargo Horace Hawks, new singlets this season here for the Kindred Vikings, as they will have Anthony Vetter here at 107 against Evan Booth here for West Fargo Horace as they get this duel underway. First time between the Hawks and the Vikings, as this is the first varsity year for West Fargo Horace as well. Again, a majority of these wrestlers wrestling for West Fargo Cheyenne in recent years. As working on top right now is Vetter. After going for a single leg shot was Evan Booth. It'll be a 3-point takedown here for Vetter as he takes an early 3-0 lead in the individual selection. Currently right now for the Kindred Vikings, a team that bring back a lot of wrestlers from a season ago, which saw 5 place on the podium at the state tournament from an individual side. Teams that had anywhere from 8th to 6th to 4th and 2nd place in their respective weight classes. As working off the mat here will be both Booth and Vetter. As Anthony Vetter here at 107 pounds. This 8th grader here for the Kindred Vikings, well, for the Horace Hawks in Evan Booth. As Booth, a freshman here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. That's again at the 107-pound weight class, already a 3-point takedown on the way for Anthony Vetter. On deck, Jaden Rude will go unopposed at 114. Then it's Nolan Mangy at 121 against Colton Mueller here for West Fargo Horace. Getting back to his base is Booth, trying to see if he can get back to that tripod position and maybe work out of an escape right now. As Vetter trying to see if he can keep that grasp of him and return him back to the mat, but will get a potentially dangerous here. With 31 seconds remaining in the first period, it's Anthony Vetter up by 3 here in Kindred. Parents' Night here in 2025 as All roads lead to the Fargo Dome in February with the state wrestling tournament. As we'll see, opportunity to kind of work back up top, trying to get him back to the mat is Vetter here as he works up top again on Booth. Booth did a good job just moments ago getting back to his base, just going to get the escape. There was a warning assessed here on Vetter as Vetter's trying to work with a little bit of a cradle right now and see if he can get into a pinning position while Booth is trying to roll him over and maybe get to some back points here as trying to get 2 points for the reversal. We'll see if they award it. Yes, they will. 2 points upcoming here for Evan Booth on the reversal. So 3-2 after one period here at 107 pounds between Vetter of Kindred and Booth of West Fargo Horace. Nicely done by Booth to kind of get out of the midst there of Vetter, but he will start in the down position here to open up period number 2 here in Kindred. For high school wrestling coverage or hockey or basketball coverage throughout the winter, go to our website. That is yourliveevent.com. The Kindred Vikings boys basketball team tonight out in Hillsboro. That game's slated to get underway at about 7 o'clock here this evening up in Hillsboro. We'll have it for you on your live event. As getting back to his base again is Evan Booth here for the Hawks. Trying to work that chicken wing across here is Vetter as he's got that arm bar across, trying to see if he can turn Booth across. 3-2 right now. Vetter works up top. As Vetter trying to see if he can turn Evan Booth over and get into a pinning position and get some back points. But if he comes a little bit too much cross, see Evan Booth kind of work with that reversal as he did before. There's some near fall points on the way here for Anthony Vetter as he continues to roll Evan Booth across, but then here comes Booth on the other side. So you'll get 4 points on the way for near fall for Vetter, and then a 2-point escape again for Evan Booth, as it's going to be 7-4 with 1:15 remaining here in the second period. Also have West Fargo Horace Hawks boys basketball coverage in the Cobber Classic on Saturday night at Concordia as they square off with the Moorhead Spuds in the nightcap of our 7-game coverage from morning, afternoon, and night over at Concordia at Memorial Auditorium. As Vetter works in the down position, we'll get 1 point for the escape. It's now 8-4. 65 seconds remaining here in the second period. These two going right at each other at 107 pounds for our first weight class here tonight in Kindred. Working with some collar ties to the near edge of the mat. Going for a single leg shot here is Vetter. Vetter able to get to that left knee right now, trying to see if he can turn Booth over. Booth able to sprawl out well here. Got 35 seconds remaining in the period. It's 8-4. Vetter on top in our first weight class here tonight in this duel. As Vetter continues to have that grasp of the left leg here of Booth. Able to spin and turn it through, though, as Booth, and he's trying to work some pant points as West Fargo Horace getting to a pinning position here for Evan Booth. Just turned him over, 12 seconds, and getting back to his stomach is going to be Anthony Vetter. So 2 points upcoming here for Evan. Good job by Vetter avoiding the pinning combination there. And you're able to see the score now go from an 8-4. You got the takedown with the near fall points here for Evan Booth. Now leads it 9-8. So the first time in this bout between these two wrestlers at 107. You'll see Evan Booth wrestling with a lead here, up by 1 as they start in a neutral position. Right now up by 1 here for Booth. He's done a good job kind of being the defensive wrestler here, but Anthony Vetter's got a couple of takedowns in his own right, but Evan with the escape and also the reversal just kind of like quicksand, slowly bringing him close to his body, then able to make a adjustment from there. Some collar ties working with it 25 seconds into the period. Going for that single leg shot and a double one more time as Vetter blocked by Booth. As Vetter did that in the second period, got some points out of it. Doing the same thing here now, grabbing of the right leg. As trying to work on top as Booth, see if he can come around and get the 3 points for the takedown, and it does. So he's able to block the shot, then come around here for Evan Booth from Horace. Says it's now a 12-8 lead with 70 seconds remaining in the third period. As would stand right now, it would be 3 points awarded to West Fargo Horace on the team side as they will work off the mat here for Vetter and Booth. As it's been in wrestling, the pin gets you 6, the tech fall gets you 5, the major gets you 4 points, and the decision will earn you 3. 61 seconds here in this third period, with 1:14 and 1:21 coming up here for the respective weight classes. See how aggressive Booth wants to be working up top with that 4-point advantage as Vetter trying to see if he can get an escape quickly or a reversal as they work off the mat. And this one will be a warning being awarded. And 1 point here for Anthony Vetter, called for stalling on Booth. So give 1 point on the way for Vetter. As Colin Hare, the head coach for West Fargo Horace, just getting the explanation. Justin, the head coach here for the Kindred Vikings, giving some words of encouragement on the way to Vetter as they'll work back on the top here for Booth. It's Anthony Vetter doing a good job trying to get back to his tripod base here as Booth was pretty much riding him up top, able to spin and turn this one around, get into a cradle position is Booth as Vetter was trying to see if he could spin out of it. And Vetter right now will still have it, get the 1 point escape, now trailing it by 2. So it's going to be 25 seconds remaining in the period. It's 12-10 right now. And then you also got the additional point here for Vetter as well. So you got the escape going for a double leg shot. Here's Vetter, seen that a couple times. Booth able to sprawl out, 13 seconds. Vetter trying to see if he can get the takedown and take the last couple points here. 8 seconds. Vetter continues to work hard against Booth, who just kind of laying out right now. Already been called for a stalling warning not once but twice, and that'll do it here in a very entertaining 107-pound weight class. It goes to West Fargo Horace, as this will be at 3-0. So winner by decision, 12-11 here for Booth of West Fargo Horace. Good way to open up this duel between the Hawks and the Vikings tonight on yourliveevent.com. Able to see kind of a mixture of both offensive and alongside wrestling. 6 points on the open weight class here for Jaden Rude, as we work from 107 to 114 to now 121. As we'll get to wrestling here with Nolan Mangy going up against Colton Mueller here at 121 pounds. Again, Jaden Root at 114 goes unopposed and will take it with 6 points as well. As working their way through Mangy and Colton Mueller here. Able to see Tanner Mangy, older brother, finished second place last year for the Kindred Vikings at 172 pounds. A really good job making his way to that championship last season. As we'll see this one be called for grasping. 30 seconds into the period, it's a team duel score of 6-3 for the Vikings. Mangy and Mueller currently scoreless in their own bout here at 121 pounds. 40 seconds into the first. Working with some collar ties again between these two with Colton and Nolan. Trying to grab that single leg there was Colton. Back to the center of the mat. Working around one more time. Trying to go for that double and get those hooks underneath was Mueller. Able to block it is Mangy. Mangy trying to see if he can put Colton down to his stomach and get the 3 points for the takedown right now. 45 seconds here in the period as these two continue to work around. As Nolan trying to see if he can get to the ankles here and try to bring Colton down. Able to see if he comes through. Nearly worked into a cradle. Continues to see if he can get that leg across here for Nolan. 20 seconds as we'll get another restart here in the circle. Getting late in the period, still scoreless currently. As they work with it back up top here for Nolan. Trying to take that shot was Colton. Nolan trying to see if he can get to that right leg and come across here. There's 3 points on a takedown for Mangy at 121 pounds. Now gets into a penny position. Able to try to see if he can roll Colton Oler as Mueller spread across his stomach. And after one period, it'll be at 121 pounds here for the Kindred Vikings with Nolan Mangy up by 3. Just one other open weight class here coming in at 139. Gavin Rood for Kindred wrestling unopposed at 139. Otherwise than that, we have a full weight class here throughout outside of the 114 and 139. Working up top again is Nolan Mangy. Nolan nearly got into that cradle and pinning position to finish the second period. So he's getting into a working the leg one more time, seeing if he can sprawl Colton across. 20 seconds into period number 2. 3-0 lead here for Nolan Mangy. Well, the Kindred Vikings, they'll make their way to Linton HMB for a wrestling tournament here upcoming in Linton this weekend. Well, for West Fargo Horace, they will make their way to Devil's Lake for a wrestling tournament upcoming here this weekend for the Hawks before the Christmas holiday break. Able to get that chicken wing in there is a little bit with Nolan, but no, Colton's going to work on top. Try to see if he can get the 2 points for the reversal and see if he can get into some backfall points. But Mangy's going to see this one come through. And now it's going to be back up top, 2 points on the reversal here for Colton Mueller, who will be working on top here against Nolan. So 3-2, Mangy with the advantage here, but Mueller cuts that deficit to 1 with 40 seconds here in the second period. Very similar to the 107. These two wrestlers very even in terms of how they want to wrestle and the style in which they want to go about their business here on the mat. 3 seconds remaining in the period as Mueller trying to see if he can bring that wing across. Trying to get into some near fall points. And we'll get back to his stomach, though, as Nolan here with 15 seconds in the second period. As Mangy kind of works to his base right now. And we'll get a stalling warning on the way. And now they'll come back and work on the bottom here for Mangy with 8 seconds in the second period. Mueller trying to keep that grasp and not allow a 1 point escape here before the period, and able to do so. So we'll head to the third period for the second time tonight. And it'll be Nolan Mangy with a 3-2 advantage here over Colton Mueller as it stands right now, but still 2 more minutes of wrestling ahead of us. Mueller starting the top position here against Mangy. As Mangy trying to see if he can spin around Colton. Colton still working up top. As trying to come through a little bit one more time as Nolan nearly gets back up top. Trying to see if he can get the reversal through on Colton Mueller right now and get 2 points instead of the 1 point for the escape. Regardless here, trying to see if he can add to it, and he does get the 1 point here for Nolan Mangy, and then there's a quick officials time to get the headgear all situated here at 4-2 with 1:25 remaining in the third period. We'll start a neutral position between Mangy and Mueller here. A tight match as it was at 107, in which Evan Booth won by decision 12-11. Jaden Roon taking 6 points and opposed at 114, and here at 121, Mueller and Mangy in a good bout here at 121 pounds. Back to some collar ties, 65 seconds. Trying to go for a shot was Mangy, blocked by Mueller. Mueller able to get that right arm underneath here on Nolan. In that chin position as Mangy trying to see if we can roll Mueller potentially over as he gets back to his base on the ground, and we'll get a grasping him back to the middle at 45 seconds here in the period. Right now, Kindred would be awarded 3 points if it stands at a 4-2 decision here for Mangy. Unless Mueller can go make something happen here. Looking for a 3-point takedown to give the Hawks a couple of points, but then also see if maybe get some bonus points on top of it. On the opposite side for Mangy, with under 30 seconds here in the period, to make sure he's not called for a stalling position, as going for a single leg here is Colton Mueller. Mueller continues to work while Mangy trying to see if he can get those hooks underneath and get that position with 13 seconds here in the third period. Trying to see if he can roll him over as Mueller here as they work to the edge of the mat. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That right foot there by Mueller is still in. That'll work to the end of the mat, and that'll do it. Winner at 6-3 at 121 pounds from the Kindred Vikings. Nolan Mangy here at 6-3, and will take 3 points as the Kindred Vikings now have a 9-3 team dual advantage as we work our way to 127 pounds. As wrestling here for Kindred is Bristol on the way. Swanson last year wrestled at 107 pounds. Finished 8th place at the State B tournament at the Fargo Dome last year for Bristol. And Aiden Beloit will wrestle here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. So Beloit against Swanson here as Bristol early gets a 3-point takedown 8 seconds into the period And now we'll cut Beloit loose here, and it'll be now 3-1. Seen this from a handful of wrestlers, especially those kind of going to be more the aggressive offensive wrestlers. Get the 3 points. They'll kind of take the +2 after giving up one, and now it's 6-2 on the way. Already 2 takedowns here for Bristol Swanson. Swanson continues to take another shot here after a couple collar ties with Beloit. Now brings him back down to the mat. We'll see this time if Bristol Swanson will continue to work a little bit here. A couple Beloit loose, but early on takes a 7-point advantage. Gets into a pinning and a cradle position here for Bristol Swanson. Swanson trying to see if he can take Beloit down to the mat and take it here with a pinning combination. 50 seconds into the period. Got him locked up in that cradle here for Bristol. Beloit trying his best to get out of it, but a good grasp on the way here for Swanson. And there's a winner via fall, 60 seconds into the period. 6 points here coming for Swanson. So 6 more points for the Kindred Vikings on the team dual score makes it 15-3 as we go to 133 pounds. So after the Horace Hawks take the first via the decision by Evan Booth, it's been 3 straight weight classes with points being awarded to the Kindred Vikings here. As working their way through right now, going to be an opportunity for Gavin Swenson against Austin Nays, and a 3-point takedown here for Gavin Swenson, similar to Bristol Swanson just moments ago. Got a takedown, able to give an escape away, then gets another takedown here and going to do it again. It's now 6-2, 20 seconds into the period here. Gavin Swanson getting a lot of points early on that scoreboard. As Gavin continues to work up top here with Austin. Now Austin will see it, but Gavin able to get back into another 3-point takedown, trying to see if he can roll Austin over in that pinning position. As getting back to his base here is Nays for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Will they get that arm bar across here for Gavin? With Swenson now gets into a headlock here with Hayes kind of into a half Nelson. And trying to stay out of it there was Gavin, got into a precarious situation, able to bring that arm back across though against Nays. And now we'll work it back through and see if he can get into a pinning combination. Near fall points nearly coming on the way there for Gavin as he continues to work 70 seconds into the first period with a 9-2 advantage. And he's trying to see if he can finish this one off. Some near fall points being awarded now, trying to get into a pinning combination here for Gavin, trying to make it back-to-back falls. As they continue to work with 32 seconds here in the first period on the edge of the mat. Good move here for Gavin, able to get back across. Trying to stay up here as Austin as best he can, not get that shoulder blade to come down to the mat as Gavin Swenson continues to work on top at 15 seconds here left in the first period. Right now, Austin trying to see if he can somehow get to the second period here still alive. Down by 7 with near fall points upcoming for Gavin Swenson, trying to get a winner via fall and nearly was able to be a winner via fall. 4 points coming. It's 13-2 on the way here for Gavin Swenson. As they see it on the way for the Kindred Vikings, working in the down position will be Gavin. 13-2 with the advantage. Gets 4 more points here. It'll be a winner via tech fall. Gets 2 points for the reversal now at 15-2. As Gavin Swenson right now at 133. There's one more good move away from winner via tech fall, but on the opposite side here for Austin Nays, he will try his best as he did in the first period to stay alive as he was able to work through the entire period, but nearly was pinned there by Swenson. 30 seconds into period number 2. It's a 15-2 lead here at 133 pounds on the individual portion as Swenson trying to see if he can bring that arm across here on Austin. Trying to get some near fall points, being awarded a winner into a pinning combination, trying to get that tech fall to eventually a pin, but he will be a winner via tech fall here at 19-2. So Swenson able to get 5 points on the board, and now it's a 20-3 advantage as we go to 139 pounds, and coming out unopposed and open here is Gavin Root at 139. So the West Fargo Horace Hawks will be trailing it now by 23 as we make our way to 145 pounds here in this duel. So 26-3, Gavin Rude again will take it unopposed. And now you have Colin Johnson here for West Fargo Horace going up against Jager Jordheim here at 145 pounds for the Kindred Vikings. Midway through this duel here, this weight class, as we work our way to heavyweight at 285. And as we've seen Kindred do in the last couple of weight classes, early on, a early 3-point takedown, as now Jordheim will work on top here on Colin Johnson. So it's similar in terms of Nolan Mangy. The last two was Swanson and Swenson here, particularly Bristol and Gavin getting those takedowns early and kind of cutting and running a little bit, but working immediately. Here is Jordheim. As Jordheim trying to sprawl him around, got some back points, and there's a winner via fall. 35 seconds into the period. Jager Jordheim at 145 here for the Vikings. 6 more points here for Kindred. It's now going to be a 32-3 advantage as they go to 152 pounds. West Fargo Horace didn't have to make the trek too far to Kindred here tonight across their way. It's here at 152 we go.
At 152 for Horace, Briar Suko.
As Noah Swenson for the Kindred Vikings against Briar Suko here for the Horace Hawks. As working on top here is Suko. Suko, part of that wrestling team for West Fargo Cheyenne last year, able to finish in the top half of the state, particularly in that team dual side in Class A. We'll see Valley City and Central Cass in wrestling the last couple of years switch, where now the Valley City Highlanders are on the B side when it comes to wrestling in boys, and the Central Cass Squirrels are on the A side. And the one sport that continues to grow in the state is girls wrestling right now. Just more and more programs, some co-ops that have dissolved into their own programs respectively. I think the question will be in the next handful of years, when does girls possibly have their own A and B respectively when it comes to individuals or also duels moving forward. But right now, Suko working on top here on Noah Swenson at 152. It's a 3-point takedown for Suko. That's the low point. So Suko trying to see if he can get Swenson to come down, while Swenson, Noah was nearly able to get back to his base on a tripod now, flat across here on the stomach as they work at the far edge of the mat as they will come off the mat with 50 seconds here in the period. So Suko will be in the top position for the Horace Hawks. Their black singlets here tonight, while for the Kindred Vikings, white tops and blue bottoms here for the Vikings, with Swenson here at 152. Well, Suko trying to see if the Horace Hawks can take their first weight class since they won at the 107 to start with Evan Booth on a decision at 12-11. But right now the Kindred Vikings well in control here with 5 more weight classes to go after this one at 152. Able to spin out of it though is Swenson. Swenson trying to see if he can get that hip to come across, but continue to work as Suko back to Swenson down the mat. Nowick was nearly able to come across. As we get 1 point working on top of that headgear there, so that'll be a point awarded to Swenson now, 3-1 tech violation. Swenson will be in the down position against Suko. 13 seconds remaining in period number 1. Swenson trying his best to see if he can get back to his base, and at least bare minimum here right out the last couple of seconds without giving up any more points. As we make our way to the second period here at 152, it's 3 points for Briar Suko of West Fargo Horace and Noah Swenson at 152 with 1 point here tonight. Match that got underway just after the 6 o'clock hour. And a handful of JV or prelim matches before the starting lineups at 5:30. Able to get the parents out on the mat as well, with Wendy Bernier taking a couple of photos, honoring the parents and those with their sons here tonight, and also a couple of girls on the wrestling program here for the Vikings this season. As Kindred trying to see if Swenson kind of hopping across here as Suko comes through, able to spin it though with Swenson. Then Swenson gets into a nice combination here, able to get 3 points for the takedown and then 3 points for the near fall here for Swenson, and nearly got Suko into a cradle position, able to roll him across the mat, and they will just come across. There was enough separation between Suko, Swenson, and the white line. The official is right on top of it. It's 7-3. If there was about maybe a half a foot if maybe an inch or two. Otherwise, Swenson would have been right into a pinning combination with 1:15 left here in the first period. But working on top is Noek here. Swenson now will go on top of Suko. 7-3 is the score midway through the second period. Swenson trying to see if he can work that across on that arm a little bit here, trying to get those underhooks underneath Suko right now. And we'll have a quick timeout, and I think we'll get a blood timeout. Yes, we will. Blood timeout here on the mat, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. And Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, from banking to insurance, like Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. That again is kindredstatebank.com. As they assess the Met, we'll take a quick break and come back. It's 7-3 in favor of Noak Swenson here at 152 pounds.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Under the blood time here for Briar Suko. Noak Swenson works in the top position. 40 seconds remaining in the second period. 7-3 again here for Swenson over Suko at 152 pounds. As right now, both have had opportunities to maybe get some additional points, if you will, with some near fall. Swenson doing a good job, kind of more defensive in that first period, but right now being more the offensive wrestler. Working on top here of Suko, and he nearly got him into a pinning combination just moments ago prior to that blood timeout. Swenson trying to see if he can work that left arm across the body here on Suko and bring him over and roll him across with 3 seconds here in the period. Time will run out a little bit here on Swenson as they will make their way to period number 3. 7-3 as Noak has the advantage right now on Suko. It would be a decision win as it stands right now. 3 points would be awarded to the Kindred Vikings. Suko working with that cotton swab in the left nostril here for Briar. As this West Fargo Horace Hawks team, handful of seniors, while on the opposite side, no seniors here for Justin's squad. A very youthful team with juniors, sophomores, and a ton of freshmen, 8th graders, and 7th graders in the wrestling room this season here for the Vikings. Suko right now works on top as the opposite side here for Swenson, up by 4 with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the third period as it stands right now at 160. We'll get to Purim against Miles Theelgis upcoming. That is on deck here as we get a stalling warning here for Swenson. Swenson trying to see if he can come through, grabs that left leg right now, see if he can stand up top and get through it on the reversal. Doing a good job staying with the move right now is Suko, but he will be right back to the mat. A chance here for Noak Swenson as Swenson does a good job rolling back over and gets 2 points on the reversal. Now makes it 9-3. Now gets into some near fall points into a pinning combination for Noak Swenson. Swenson trying to see if he can finish the door here on Suko as it's coming across with some more near fall points being awarded as Briar gets back to his base. But 4 near fall points here for Noak Swenson at 152 makes it 13-3. So nicely done, able to get the 2-point reversal for Swenson. Then gets into a pinning combination, got near fall points upcoming as he continues to work right now around here on Suko with 40 seconds left in the period. As we've seen that chance for a cradle once or twice here on the way for Swenson, as this one will work to the edge of the mat. It was there in the second period before he both just came to the edge and nearly got that pinning combination for Noak. 20 seconds here in the period as it's a 13-3 score right now again for Swenson. As working with it across, still got that right foot in the mat, and then they will work off with 6 seconds left here in the period. So for the Hawks, Suko trying to see if he can make a quick move immediately after being in the down position. Well, for Swenson, Russell smart here, and he'll take some points and be a major win on the way for the Vikings as they take it at 152 pounds at 13-3, and 4 points awarded here to Kindred. It's now 36-3 on the way as we head to 160 pounds. After this duel is done, make sure you stay tuned to our post-match show. We'll get to our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match, our move of the contest as well. That and more is still to come here a little bit later tonight on our dual recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. Miles Steelgis here at 160 pounds for the Kindred Vikings against Giannis Purim here for the Horace Hawks. And we're going to get 3 points on the way for Steelgis. Then he'll cut him and give the 1 point back as Steelgis right now early on here, 15 seconds into the period, as he goes for another single leg shot. Let's see if he can come down and get another 3 points on the takedown. Able to do so here. It's now 6-1. And they'll just will let him cut one more time. Miles finishing 4th place in state a season ago at 152 pounds here in Class B. And continues to be a very aggressive wrestler here in the opening 40 seconds, as he has a 9-3 advantage as they work off the mat. Last season, Gavin Swenson, Brock Johnson, Miles Steelgis, Tanner Mangy, and Bristol Swanson all were able to get on the podium for the Kindred Vikings in their respective weight classes. As Miles Steelgis will come across, we'll get a quick time here. And we'll look at it for our referee, make sure everything is good. No blood time on this one. Only seen one of those so far from our last weight class. As Steelgis going to go down for a single leg. Now working up top is Purim. Kind of got into that fireman's roll a little bit, or in that elevator spot. Able to come back through here for Steelgis. Try to see if he can work that chicken wing a little bit down to the mat. Able to get him coming on through. And get back to his Purim. Unable to see any near fall points here for Steelgis. As Steelgis trying to see if he can come across and get into that pinning combination. Still working on that chicken wing right now here for Steelgis. 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Steelgis able to turn him over. As Purim trying to see if he can come back through up a little bit here. And there's a winner via fall for Miles Steelgis. 18 seconds left in the period. Miles Steelgis with 6 points here for the Kindred Vikings. So this will be the third pin of the match here for the Vikings as they take a 42-3 advantage as we assess our way now to 172 pounds. Fisher Johnson for Kindred going up against Alex Hall for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Hall, the senior, at 172 pounds against Fisher Johnson here, also at 172 pounds, with Fisher being the junior. Some collar ties working in 15 seconds into this period. The Kindred Vikings will take the team duel here tonight. Get to 2-0 against the Thunder as well with EEK, as Fisher Johnson and Alex Hall right now continuing to go at each other. Nice double move on the way here for Fisher Johnson. Unable to come that one through as coming back around was Alex Hall. Now Hall trying to see if he can throw Johnson down to the mat and does get a 3-point takedown. 40 seconds into the first period, first points going to Hall from West Fargo Horace here at 172, and then taking the escape is Johnson. So go back to a neutral spot here. .60 seconds remaining in the opening period between these two. It's 3-1 Hall over Fisher Johnson. Is going for the double leg and eventually trying to get the 3-point takedown into now a pinning combination. Some near fall points coming up here for Fisher Johnson. Trying to make it back-to-back pins here for Kindred, and there it is. Winner via fall with 45 seconds left in the period is Fisher Johnson from the Kindred Vikings. And 6 more points on the way here for Kindred as it's 48-3. As we'll assess our way to 189 pounds. 3 weight classes to go here at 189, 215, and 285. As Niemeyer will be on to wrestle here for Horace. On the opposite side here, able to see into this one with Tanner Mangy. As Niemeyer going to give up 3 points here to Tanner, so Mangy will take it and get the 1 point escape. It's 3-1. 30 seconds into the first period. The Kindred Vikings looked pretty good here tonight against this Horace Hawks club, but for Horace, everything this year from top to bottom, your first year as a varsity program, we've seen that in the Fargo Metro just with multitude of different teams with Davies, Cheyenne, and Horace in the last handful of years. Now, Davies been around for well over a decade plus. Cheyenne getting to about a decade as a high school here in the Metro. A 3-point takedown here for Tanner Mangy, as right now trying to come across on that face here is Niemeyer. 60 seconds into the first period, it's a 6-2 lead here for Tanner. Tanner trying to work with that leg across, able to get 3 more points on that takedown. 45 seconds here into the first period. Able to see this here for Noah Swenson, Miles Steelgis, Fisher Johnson, as of late, and Jager Jordheim as well, working up early here against these Horace Hawks wrestlers. 30 seconds left in the first period. Still 9-2 on the way for Tanner Mangy. Tanner made it all the way to the state championship last year at 172 pounds. And Tanner's going to have lofty aspirations again this season here for Justin and this Kindred Viking club. 10 seconds here, trying to see if he can spin Niemeyer across on that. 5 seconds here in the first period. Going into a pinning combination goes Tanner, trying to see it if he can be a winner before the period runs out, but not able to do so. 9-2 here for Tanner. Mangy, the sophomore, on the way, going up against Alex Hall, the senior. Hall will work on top. Mangy trying to, if you can see, sprawl across. As being dangerous there was Alex Hall. Nearly came over across on Tanner, on Gavin Niemeyer. So Niemeyer, with Alex Hall wrestling at 172. As Gavin here, the junior, at 189, can go 189 or 215 for Colin Hare's club this season. Able to get a couple more points on the way for Tanner Mangy as he leads it now 13-2. 30 seconds remaining in the second period here against Niemeyer. We'll get this arm to come across. Mangy able to spin him back across, and there's a winner via fall. Tanner Mangy over Niemeyer, winner via fall. 3 straight falls now here for the Kindred Vikings, and 6 more points going up on that scoreboard. It's 54-3. As we head to 215 pounds. Kindred will make their way to Linton over the weekend, while for West Fargo Horace up to Devil's Lake. As Cartwright here at 215 for West Fargo Horace. Cartwright, a freshman, going up against Cole Richard on the way here for the Kindred Vikings. That's Cole, the junior, here for Kindred. These two into some collar ties. 15 seconds into the period. Trying to see if he can get a throw there was Richard for a second. As Cartwright able to come out of it. Back to some collar ties here between these two. As the Kindred Vikings with that team dual score at 54-3 after the opening weight class went to Horace. Everything has gone either 6, 3, 5, 4. They've hit it all here for the Kindred Vikings since then. They're going to get 3 points on a takedown for Cartwright here, as Cartwright takes an early 3-0 lead 50 seconds into the first period. Working at the edge of the mat as Richard doing a good job getting back to his base, trying to see if he can get that escape across. There it is, 1 point. Now makes it 3-1. To some collar ties between these two. We saw Richard nearly try to get a throw 15 seconds in. Cartwright able to get that 3-point takedown. That's been the difference right now as he leads at 3-1. 40 seconds left in the first period at a 215 pounds. Still got a heavyweight to come here to put a bow on our coverage on this Tuesday night. There's Matthew Cartwright. Looking to see this one come through as Richard and Cartwright work back to the middle of the mat with 15 seconds left in the period. Going for a double. Got the hooks underneath there was Richard. Cartwright trying to see if he can block it enough, and then they spray it across. Nobody was into a combination to earn some points there. As we head to the second period, it'll be 3-1 for Matthew Cartwright here for West Fargo Horace over Cole Richard here from the Kindred Vikings. As going to start up top here will be Cole Richard to open up the second period down by 2. That's Cartwright able to get the 1-point escape quickly here, make it a 4-1 contest and back to a neutral position where we saw most of the first period with these two across the mat. That's Cartwright and Richard. Into some collar ties here early in the second period. And just some hand fighting as well. Saw right before the end of the first period that shot there for Richard while Cartwright will get the 3-point takedown on the near side of the mat on the right side and make it a 4-1 advantage, getting the escape here. But kind of working into a headlock position, but Cartwright then will throw Richard down the mat and get 3 additional points and take a 7-1 lead. There's Cartwright has those hands working up top, across through, trying to see if he can get Richard to cross over. Richard able to spall back in. 45 seconds left in the second period. Cartwright and Richard right now is Richard trying his best to see if he can get a little daylight in an opening and use a reversal or possibly an escape here with 15 seconds left in the second period. As Cartwright just continues to work on top with some riding time as Richard went for a move to try to get the 2 points escape. Cartwright continues to work on top. That's how we'll end the second period here at 2:15. It's Matthew Cartwright for West Fargo Horace, up 7-1 right now. As we'll start in a neutral position here in the third period. Up by 6 if you're Cartwright right now. Not so much about bonus points with where this team duel is, all about trying to put your best position forward here, and as these matches continue throughout the course of this season, kind of work your way and put a good combination together before you make your way to a postseason regional or state tournament as well, with the East and West here in B just kind of making their way through 2 years ago. I was working on the near side. Trying to get that throw was Richard, but Cartwright able to get that 3-point takedown. Richard has tried a throw once or twice, but both times got caught, and Cartwright gets 6 points because of that and has now a 10-1 lead with 1:05 left in the third period. Now 4 points, it would be a decision win, a major win here on the way for Cartwright if it stands right now at 10-1. Cartwright in a similar spot as he was working on top in the second period here on Richard. Trying to see if he can sprawl Cole across. As Matthew Cartwright has got 40 seconds remaining here in this third period. Takes a jab at the wrist a little bit. Now cuts him loose. 1 point will be awarded here to Richard. It's 10-2. So now if you're Richard right now, you get a point. Trying to get that single leg is Cartwright. Cartwright trying to get another 3 points for a takedown to finish the move off here, but Richard still has him sprawled through. And it's getting to 3 points with a takedown now for Cartwright here. It's 13-2. 7 seconds left in the period. I'm going to win this one via a major here on the way at 215 pounds from the West Fargo Horace Hawks is Matthew Cartwright at 13-2. So a major win on the way here for West Fargo Horace. It's 54-7 as we head to heavyweight here. As the Kindred Vikings and the West Fargo Horace Hawks for the last matchup of the night. You have Gavin Franzen here for West Fargo Horace against Kason Nudell for the Kindred Vikings. First points awarded from a individual weight class here tonight for Horace since it was 107. They've had a decision and a major decision win here for the Hawks, while the Vikings have hit all 4 of them with a winner via fall, tech fall, major, and decision tonight for the Kindred Vikings. Franson and Nudell to put a ball in our coverage here for this duel tonight. As Kindred will take the team duel score here, but still 6 more potential points for either club here with Franzen and Nudell. 2:15 Cartwright again at 13-2, able to take it over Richard. And between these two right now with Franzen and Nudell continuing to hand some collar ties, 40 seconds into the first period. As we go for Nudell, the freshman here for the Kindred Vikings, while for Franzen on the opposite side for the West Fargo Horace Hawks, a sophomore wrestler this season for Coach Hare and the Hawks. Coach Haar, and the Hawks. 35 seconds left in the first period, still scoreless between these two. It's been just collar ties and some hand fighting right now. .15 seconds left in the first period, still scoreless. As we work our way to the second period here, scoreless between Nudell and Franzen, between the Hawks and the Vikings. Starting in the top position will be Nudell here to open up period number 2. Period number 2 for Nudell. Be in the top position here with Franzen on the bottom. Nudell working on that right arm a little bit right now, trying to see if he can get Franzen to come across. Franzen doing a good job. Able to come back and reverse. Trying to see if he can get the 2 points to come through with that head to come across. Able to get 2 points on the reversal here for Franzen. Now Franzen trying to see if he can get Nudell into a pinning combination. As Nudell able to get back to his base right now, gets the 1 point escape. So 2 points for the reversal for Gavin, 1 point here for Kaysen. It's 2-1, 40 seconds into the second period. Let's go back to some collar ties here, which we saw from majority with that and the hand fighting in the first period between these two here at heavyweight. West Fargo Horace out of the EDC in Class A this year. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, as they've been in the East here in Class B. 3-class system when it comes to basketball and volleyball, but football still got 4 classes or here for North Dakota. When it comes to wrestling, still with those 2. I don't think there's really much discussion on any other sport going to 3. Well, there's been maybe some folks asking about, track and field. Could you maybe get to 3 from that perspective? But right now, I think from a high school activities association, just fine and dandy with kind of where they have wrestling in particular. The one, again, will be maybe girls wrestling if it continues to grow the way it's going, maybe to have a A and a B for future years. But right now, still everyone just in one class when it comes to girls wrestling. True state champion there. Still a 2-1 lead right now for Franzen with 3 seconds left in the period as we make our way to the third. Gavin Franzen up by 1. Starting at the top position will be Nudell. Able to do so in the second period, but getting the 2-point reversal was Franzen before Nudell got the escape. And Franzen will try to do the exact same thing here as Nudell, trying to bring him back down to the mat, able to work on top here. Franzen took a big attempt, first 10 seconds in, and now working on top is Nudell. Rolling him over, though, is Franzen. Franzen doing a similar move, trying to get 2 points on the reversal. Now gets into a pinning combination. Near fall point's going to be awarded here. It's 4-1 with 1:35 left in the third period. Winner via fall at heavyweight, Gavin Franzen here. Winner via fall for West Fargo Horace. So the Hawks take the 215 and the 285-pound weight class. And your final here tonight in Kindred will be 54-13. That is a final here in this one as the Kindred Vikings win the duel here in a match that goes just about an hour here this evening. 54-13. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on our coverage. Also recap what happened through every weight class. Get to our wrestler of the match. That and more still to come here tonight in Kindred.
If you have ideas about building plans for the next year, whether it's a new farm, shop, home, garage, or something else, now is the perfect time to start planning. Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, recommends beginning the process now for securing your contractors and getting price quotes early. The team at Ada Building Center, LLC will help you explore ideas, draw up designs, and make sure your building goes smoothly. 218-784-3661 or check out adabuildingcenter.com. Ada Building Center, your project starts here.
When we bought our first home in Fargo, we had no idea where to start. A friend told us to call First Class Mortgage, and I'm so glad we did. They explained every step, answered all of our questions, and made us feel completely at ease. We closed on time and even got a better rate than expected. If you're buying or refinancing, trust me, call First Class Mortgage. They really do live up to their name.
First Class Mortgage is locally owned. Visit firstclasscorp.com for more info. For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
As we come back for our dual recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. First Class Mortgage, more than a company name, it's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That again is firstclasscorp.com. Recapping here the match, it started 107 pounds here on the dual side. Evan Booth of West Fargo Horace was a winner via decision over Anthony Vetter. That was a nip and tuck affair as Booth won it 12-11 and took 3 points on the board for West Fargo Horace, and the Vikings got rolling after that. Jaden Rude went at 114 pounds unopposed for West Fargo Horace, so he took 6 points. Nolan Mangy, winner via decision at 6-3 over Colton Mueller from West Fargo Horace. So 3 more points made it 9-3 Kindred after 3 weight classes. At 127, Bristol Swanson winner via fall over Aiden Beloit. And then from there, Gavin Swenson nearly was a winner via fall. He worked for a tech fall at 19-2 over Austin Nays here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Gavin Rude wrestled with an open weight class at 139, with 6 points being awarded here to Kindred. Jager Jordheim then winner via fall over Colin Johnson at 145. At 152, Noah Swenson winner over Briar Suko 13-3. That was a major decision win, and 4 points being awarded to the Vikings. Miles Thielges at 160, able to get Piram down with a fall and take 6 points as well. The same for Fisher Johnson at 172 over Alex Hall. And then 3 straight pins in a row for the Vikings with Tanner Mangy at 189 over Gavin Niemeyer. here as well. 2:15 went to Matthew Cartwright over Cole Richard, 13-2. And then at heavyweight, Gavin Franson, winner via fall here over Casey Nudell at 285. Again, that is our dual recap here, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, in which the Kindred Vikings take the win, 54-13. We'll take a quick break, and we come back after this. We'll talk it over here one more time, get to our wrestler of the match and our Agassi Precision Egg match of the contest. That and more still to come here tonight on your liveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
As we come back here on our post-dual wrestling coverage, join us here at 152 pounds. Noah Swenson here, winner 13-3 over Briar Suko, able to take 4 points home here for the Kindred Vikings. And Noah, for you, just kind of take us through that particular matchup here against Brian, just able to go the full 3 periods. What did you kind of see able to take that major win?
Well, tried to get off a shot right away, and that didn't really turn out. So then had to battle off the bottom and then work up from there.
Take us through what the season's been like, albeit able to, have a one with EEK a little bit and come through on this one as well. Just kind of what have you seen from the team from a dual perspective early on in the season?
It's been pretty good, really energetic.
For you, Noah, what are you looking forward to most once you get out to Lytton this weekend?
Not much, just wrestling, I guess.
Noah, just take us through what's it like going up against a brand new opponent, a team like West Fargo Horace. First time you'll be able to see them as a group here not too far away. What's it like to see some different faces, so to speak, instead of seeing the same central cast, so to speak, of the world, throughout the course of the year?
Well, it's awesome getting more competition and stuff, but it's pretty good.
As you move forward, what's one thing you want to see from yourself but also the team before you kind of get to that postseason in February?
Probably better conditioning.
always got to work on conditioning as wrestlers. Noah, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from a couple more wrestlers here and alongside the head coach. That's around the corner here in Kindred.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we come back here on yourliveevent.com, join us here at 172 pounds, winner via fall over Alex Hall from West Fargo Horace. It's Fisher Johnson here for the Kindred Vikings. Fisher, just kind of take us through. You're part of that 3 pins in a row for your club here at 160, 172, and 189. Just kind of take us through that move against Alex Hall.
Well, I gave up that takedown early and just try to stay calm and just get back to my stuff, and then just that half came in right in. And it was just natural to get that fall.
And we saw a couple of your teammates, get early takedowns, get a lead 3-1, 6-2.
Yeah.
Just kind of take us through what's that like, a mentality as a wrestler when you can get up early, particularly in a dual format like this.
Yeah, getting up early is pretty big because it puts a lot of pressure on them to get the win at the end of the match. So it's really big for our team, and get up early and stay ahead early.
One thing that you like best about the team as a whole tonight against West Fargo is what as you kind of move forward here on the dual season?
Yeah, probably just stay all in good spirits. Just keep the confidence going. Confidence is up. We win matches. So
take us through that wrestling room. What's it like? I mean, a lot of guys back from obviously last year, and no seniors again on the roster this season, Fisher. But what's it kind of been like here in the wrestling room early on the season?
I mean, having no seniors, we're not losing anybody, so we all know what we like. Whatever, we're all friends in the wrestling room, and you just get to know each other better when nobody leaves the room and spend more time with them. As
you go from here to Lytton this weekend, what's the one thing you want to see from yourself, but with this crew as you kind of continue to move forward throughout the course of the season?
Just build off this duel, I think. Take this energy that we have from this duel and just keep winning matches and prove the rest of the state that we're ready to wrestle.
The biggest thing is, are you ready for finals coming up here the rest of the week?
I'm going on vacation.
There you go.
So I take them in January.
Okay,
so
that'll be perfect. So finals will have to wait a week or
Yep.
two. That'll be Santa's present for you a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Final thing that I'll ask you, Fisher, what's one thing you best like about the wrestling room, the group of guys? Obviously, 5 wrestlers last year able to get on the podium, coming back as well. Just what's one thing you like, about the group this season?
Well, we have a really nice wrestling room. It's like almost brand new. So, I mean, having that just kind of, again, boosts our spirits a little bit, get us ready makes us want to be there. So, yeah, really excited to go out there and compete more matches.
Hey, Fisher, congratulations.
Yeah,
Again, best of luck moving forward. Again, Fisher Johnson with us here. We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from the head coach, Justin, coming up around the corner. That is next. As the Kindred Vikings able to pick up the win again, 54-13 on the team dual side over the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Justin, I was kind of talking with Fisher a little bit there, and Noah, wrestling someone new and brand new here for West Fargo Horace. What's it like as a coach, just seeing some different, faces and something that's just kind of new early on in this dual season here?
Yeah, it was nice. They reached out looking for duels, and we wanted to duel, and someone different. It's a little different coaching. Like, we knew a lot of their kids were newer. But then it was kind of a good thing for us to stress, work on some things we don't usually do. So that was a benefit to us, too. We got to do some moves we don't typically do. So
as you go through here, just kind of let's talk about Nolan Mangy for a moment at 121, able to be a winner via decision against Colton Mueller. Just kind of what you see from Nolan on the mat here tonight.
Yeah, he's kind of been stuck behind some kids the last couple of years, and he's finally getting a chance to be on varsity, and we're just continually working. He's trying to find some takedowns, but he just keeps working no matter what throughout matches, and we've seen him just the first couple weeks here. He just gets better and better, so we're happy with the steps he's taken each week.
Able to get 5 pins here tonight. Got 3 of them in a row at one point in this particular duel here, but it started with Bristol Swanson at 127 over Aiden Beloit. Just kind of what you see from Bristol at that 127-pound weight class here this evening.
Yeah, Bristol's, when he gets in that attack mode, he's kind of vicious at times. He slaps, especially his cradle, but when he slaps something on and he goes after it, it's kind of mean. And sometimes we wish our kids would do more of that, and he's got a little bit of that mean side to it. And he's definitely a spark. He's our 7-pounder last year and kind of got us going at times. And like you said tonight, it was kind of a spark, and things started rolling from there.
What's the one thing in a dual setting, because we saw it from a handful of your wrestlers here, Justin, getting an early takedown, maybe cutting someone loose, but trying to get another takedown, get some points ahead. Just kind of what does that do from a wrestler's mentality when you're up, 5-1, 6-1, so to speak, early on in a dual setting?
Yeah, I think you can wrestle a little more free, and just the confidence you have that if they do get up, then you can take them down again, and but I think it's just confidence. We've been talking a lot about wrestling more free, not being scared of things. And once you get, you get a little with 3-point takedown now, you have 5-point lead after 2 takedowns. You have a little freedom that you can have in your wrestling.
How big of a change was that going from 2 points to 3 points, and how much did you talk about it with your squads, whether it was individually or from a dual standpoint, where now all of a sudden you don't have to worry about a bonus point to get you maybe from a major to a decision or a decision to a tech fall here in a duel like this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, like, it makes wrestling a little more fun to watch because you're seeing more takedowns and the higher scores. But you don't necessarily have to pick down. You know, if down's not a good position for you, if you get a takedown, you know, now you have 3 points. Even if they get escape, it's 3-1. You still have a little cushion there where it's not 2 for 1 every time it happens. So I think it just, you know, adding those scores, you know, it just kind of builds up a little easier on you.
A final thing, I know you got a handful more of duels coming up here. Obviously, you got Linton this weekend with a little holiday wrestling. What's the biggest thing as you continue to progress before you get to that 26 portion on the calendar here, Justin, that you want to see from your club kind of over this holiday break as well?
Just continually getting better, you know, stressing certain things in practice, and our kids have done a great job this year of continually working on those things that we stress. So even going to Linton, we know it's like a mini state tournament, especially before Christmas, but as bad as we want to win, it's more important, you know, we're improving on those things we need to improve on. So when that calendar does turn, and it's kind of a dogfight from January on, like every weekend, where at least we've hit those marks that we know where we got to be. So,
hey, Justin, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations on the win and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back after this, we'll put a bow in our coverage and get to our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match. That and more still to come.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartment. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
As we come back here to get to our final, our Agassi Precision Egg move of the match, we're going to give that to Gavin Franzen here from West Fargo Horace, the winner at heavyweight at 285 pounds, able to be a winner via fall over Kaysen Nudell, and that was able to get that one for Gavin. That is our wrestling move of the match in terms of the weight class at 285. Franzen just did a good job, finally got into a pinning combination for Nudell there in the period, and winner via fall, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro. Visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. And we'll give it to our Enbridge Energy, a wrestler of the match in terms of what they were able to do. Bristol, as we talked about with Justin just moments ago, able to kind of jumpstart a little bit there in terms of pins and also getting that extra bonus points. But Gavin Swenson nearly was able to get a winner via fall. Eventually got the tech fall win at 19-2. Got a lot of offensive wrestling there for Swenson at 133 pounds. He is our Enbridge Energy, bringing the energy wrestler of the match, able to go all 6 minutes here tonight for Gavin Swenson. Go to Enbridge.com for our career opportunities. That, again, is Enbridge.com. Currently in action right now, the Kindred Vikings and the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley in boys basketball. You can catch the conclusion of that contest as that game is just about to tip here in Hillsboro tonight. And then from there, the West Fargo Horace Hawks will be back in action when it comes to our coverage on YourLiveEvent.com on Saturday as they square off with the Moorhead Spuds in the Cobra Classic. That'll be at 8:10 upcoming on Saturday night. We'll have 7 games for you at Concordia. Until then, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in to our broadcast here tonight, and enjoy the rest of your week. Happy holiday season as well to you and yours, and join us for more high school wrestling, hockey, and basketball coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com.